Why? Because it's not as good as the shittier iPod?
Oh, Preston stole it. He wouldn't let Preston get it. Preston just went and stole
He
it.
told me that he willingly gave it
He
to
said
him.
I could have it.
Oh.
Because he didn't have anything. I was like, well, that's good. You finally let him have it. He's like, yeah, I finally let him have it.
Just be careful because he's a control freak and he'll make it to where you quit your job, your phone goes in his name, your insurance to your car goes in your name, and when
That's
you
what he
don't...
was talking about already. He was like, he said something about, I don't want you to go back to work. And I was like, well, I need to be able to pay my bills and pay my phone and everything else. He's like, oh, you need to get the phone switched into my plan. I was like, no, I've been in a relationship like that. My dad has had me on his plan for 5 years because of this. I'm not going to have someone be able to take my phone away from me.
Yeah, he had me quit my job, swore he'd pay my bills, didn't make my car payment for 3 months, then talked me into going to school, to online classes. I put $9,000 in the bank in student loans, and he didn't even pay the internet bill. And then on my finals, my car was broken. He wouldn't let me take his truck to the laundromat to take it. So now I can't even go to friggin' college.
And I noticed that the Taylor, he doesn't have, like, nothing in this house that he said he worked on was finished at all. I was like, why wouldn't you finish painting the outside of the house? Why wouldn't you finish anything like that?
Yeah, he wouldn't let me paint the outside of the house.
He says, oh, because Misty's a fucking bitch. I was like, you know, if it was me, I'd bitch your ass off until the shit was done.
Yeah.
And it didn't get done.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing with the beds, I'm like, Rusty, please, just take them over there. If her brothers can't come get them, that's bullshit. How are you going to let your kids sleep on mattresses on the fucking floor?
Well, Josh had his truck forever because Josh's trucks broke down. And, like, Chris let me take a load of mattresses out the first thing we took, but then his truck broke, and that's why I couldn't go back and get the rest with his truck.
Oh, I got it.
And that floor's been like that for the last 3 years.
I don't know how to hit him. Something like, I don't know, he's quiet and weird, kind of like I don't know. Everyone's like, Audrey, you're making a big mistake.
Yeah, he's been institutionalized twice.
There's something different about Rusty, and like, I don't know.
He's okay, but like when he has control, it gets scary. I mean, my kids have seen me get my ass beat for no reason, just because I didn't agree with him, you know?
Rusty got his ass kicked over. He jumped on me when, what happened when he got his ass kicked by my exes, he made some comment about one of my best friends who was over, and I was like, yeah, in high school she was a big slut and nobody wanted to fuck her at all, except for losers. He's like, oh yeah, but everyone would want to fuck her now. I was like, really, Rusty? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I was like, I'm going to bed. So I went in my room. He came in and jumped on top of me.
Yeah.
And in my face, like right, spitting in my mouth.
Oh yeah.
And I fucking was like, holy shit. And the first fucking thing I did, I was like, man, my dumb ass went right to my ex's house, and I was like, you don't fucking believe what happened. He went up there and kicked Rusty's ass in front of Sophie. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, maybe he deserves, but not when there's a little girl right there.
Yeah, no.
It got his ass kicked.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He kicked his ass good.
Yeah, he needs it a few more times. Especially what he's done to these kids, because he's handsy with these kids, too. That's why we're not together, because I took up for the kids, because they're not worthless and bastards and pieces of shit. You know?
Right.
And pussies, yeah, Preston.
And you know what I told Rusty? I was like, Rusty, you know what bothers me the most is that you would rather your kids only be here every other weekend instead of having them every weekend, and yeah, maybe actually having to fight to get them more often and do stuff with them. But still, what makes you think you can choose me over your kids on the weekends because I have plans? Or if I'm going out on the weekend because my friend's boyfriend has a band, so they play on the weekends. If I'm going out, he feels the need to, I got to find a sitter. I'm like, you're going to find a sitter? You have your kids 4 nights a month.
Yeah, well, he's court-ordered more, Audra. He won't take them. He's court-ordered every other Monday. Parent-teacher conferences, he's supposed to have them for 4 days. Spring break, he was supposed to have them for 4 days. He was supposed to have them 4 days 2 months ago, and Preston was supposed to go to state for wrestling, and he only wanted Sophie. He said they would have to sit at his work all weekend because there was no one to watch them. And then I pulled money out of my ass to take Preston to state, and then, of course, Sophie was with you because, you know, that's where he lives, and you don't want...
thing. Rusty didn't want to go to any of his wrestling things. I was like, we were going to all of my daughter's basketball games, and I'm like, I didn't even know Preston was in wrestling.
Yeah.
Why aren't we going to watch him wrestle? And I heard he was doing really good. Rusty's like, well, I want to fucking go because Misty's there. I'm like, really, Rusty? You're going to not go watch your kid because of that?
Yeah, you know, he filed a protective order on me after he drove his truck into my car that night.
Yep.
And the only reason we went was because he wouldn't answer his phone, and Sophie wanted to stay the night with him. That's the only reason we pulled up behind that truck.
I seriously thought that he was going to back his fucking truck over your car. I was like, Rusty, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. He's tried to run me over before, so I don't know. It's kind of scary.
He went through my phone over the weekend while I was like, we had a painting party and I passed out for sure and he went through my phone. I flipped out. I was like, I never go through your fucking phone, which is actually a little bit of a lie because I did once. He was like, here,
Right.
go through my phone. I was like, okay. Well, I looked in it and he had it texted you and he said, oh, well, I don't have anywhere to keep the kids. I can't keep them. This is a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's
And I
when.
was like, why would you text that? You don't have anywhere for your fucking kids to go.
Yeah, that's when he was
Seriously?
supposed to take Preston to state. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, he's on my negative side for the fathers because if my kids' dads were as deadbeat as that, I'd be furious.
Yeah. Well, he was like that when we were together too. Keeping the kids' birthday money, their Christmas money, not buying food for the house, not helping with clothes, even though he didn't want me to work, not letting them have toys. I don't
Come on,
know.
Laura, I'm on the phone. Go
I
change your
don't
shirt.
know. Just have a backup plan. Well, at least, you have parents though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that helps because my parents are dead. So I
That's
get.
where I was living whenever Rusty and I got together, and then I moved out because my mom is a nut. She's fucking just crazy.
I've heard.
And she thinks, like, the craziest shit. She thinks they're watching her all the time, and I'm like, nobody's watching you. You aren't a drug dealer. Why would cops want to watch you?
Right?
I ended up moving out, got my own apartment, which my mother-in-law helped me get into. And then Rusty's like, can I move in? I was like, are you serious?
Right.
Like, well, I want to be with you. And I'm like, if you're going to pay my bills,
Right, exactly.
by all means. He's like, oh, well, I really can't afford it because I pay Misty $800 a month. I was like, okay, well.
He didn't start paying child support until December, and he only paid $350 in December. In November, he turned the electric off.
Until like 6 months.
Yeah. Like, he said he was paying the utilities for child support while we were at the trailer, and he fucking turned the electric off on a Friday without telling us, and didn't even check on his kids.
He told me, he was like, I had the electric shut off. I was like, why would you do that?
Yeah, because he don't care about his kids. He's just...
fucking Misty. I'm like, it's not about Misty. That's the mother of your kids. Your kids live there. I'm sorry. There's no excuse for any of that. If you have issues with Misty, put that fucking between you guys and not the kids, because he's big on like, oh, well, no, I'm not doing this for the kids because Misty. I'm like, that's for your children.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, he just hates me because I took up for him. I quit giving him everything he wanted.
And like the kids' Christmas clothes, like Sophie grew out of the jeans that he got her for Christmas.
Yeah.
Before she even got to wear them, I was like, why aren't you letting her take her clothes?
Yeah.
I understand you need to keep 2 outfits here, but I'm sorry.
Right.
If their mom doesn't have clothes that fit them there, she's not working. She barely gets shit from you. I'm sorry. Send them with clothes.
Right.
It's not that big of a deal. They don't get to wear them at our house.
Yeah. He don't
And then
care.
I bagged up a bag of Sophie's clothes, and I was like, okay, this needs to go home with Sophie. And it was still, he put it in the cabinet behind like some shit, my towels and stuff. And I was like, why is Sophie's clothes back here? He's like, oh, so